Coming up next on BG24 News.
Was it the zombie apocalypse? Nope, a zombie walk for charity. Find out how Bowling Green residents helped out their community.
Area resident and former American Idolist finalist Crystal Bowersox was in Bowling Green Saturday. Find out why.
Students are angry and confused following offensive graffiti found in Wood County last week. Hear what they had to say about the vandalism.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dominique Hicks.
And I'm Madeline Fenning. Our top story. Downtown Bowling Green was taken over by zombies last week. As reporter Christina Hepner explains, the zombies seen on Main Street were not to scare residents, but to raise money for local charities.
Zombies have invaded the streets of Bowling Green, but this is not the zombie apocalypse. It is the first annual zombie walk for charity. This event raised funds for the Teen Center, Bowling Green Christian Food Pantry, and Computers for Charity. Serenity Salon and Spa was one of the many sponsors, and they did the zombie makeup for the event. Participants can donate $5 in 2 canned goods to get basic makeup, or $10 in 2 canned goods to get advanced latex makeup.
This is a great time. This year the event is obviously going to be a little smaller in nature. We only had 4 months to plan it out and get it into motion. Next year we plan on having a much bigger event, maybe blocking off a few of the back streets. But we just wanted to get this event out there and get our name out there so that people know that we're having this zombie walk. We're going to have a big event over at Grumpy Dave's tonight. That's going to be our big focus. We have DJs and we have 100 Hydro Monsters that are appearing. And we also are going to have a Rot or Not costume contest.
We wanted to go to Zombie Walk, and we were looking for one locally. And I just happened to get on the search and see that we were going to have one up here in Bowling Green.
If you missed the zombie walk this year, you can still get involved by visiting www.facebook.com/zombiewalkforcharity or www.zombiewalkforcharity.webs.com. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Christina Hepner.
And last night was the third and final debate of the 2012 presidential election. The main focus of the debate was foreign policy. As CBS Instant Polling reported, 53% said President Obama won, 23% said Governor Romney won, and about 24% thought it was a tie.
Let's check the current presidential polls. As Real Clear Politics reports, the Rasmussen report says that Governor Romney is up in the polls by 4%. Romney has 50% of the current support and Obama has 46%. The remaining 4% either support other candidates or are undecided voters.
And area resident and American Idol finalist turned campaigner Crystal Bowersox was on BG's campus Saturday. Bowersox visited Bowling Green to canvass for President Obama and to perform for his supporters.
The most important issue for me this campaign are women's issues and health care. I personally was a recipient of Medicaid, and it helped me get through my pregnancy with my son. I was on WIC, I was on public aid, and not because I wanted to be, but those programs got me through to now. And now that I'm in a higher tax bracket, I am happy to pay taxes to support those programs. We need them. It's been really good to be home and get to knock on doors, and people have been really surprised. And I'm getting to hang out with people that I know and love and do it all for a good cause.
It won't take as long to graduate from Bowling Green State University in the near future. Within the next 2 years, the state will require all public Ohio universities to offer the majority of programs as 3-year degrees. BGSU officially submitted 18 degree programs that can be completed within 3 years. In order to complete the 3-year program, students must have between 33 and 36 credit hours before entering the university. According to the state legislation, programs that require internships, practicums, or a student teaching element cannot offer a 3-year program.
And tonight we have learned that a Bowling Green resident accused of raping a child will undergo psychological evaluation. A state psychiatrist will evaluate Andrew LeMay after he pled not guilty, by reason of insanity. LeMay is charged with 3 counts of rape and 3 counts of distributing sexually oriented material involving a minor. The incident occurred last October. LeMay was caught sending pictures of himself having sexual contact with a juvenile to a minor.
And now weathercaster Aisha Mitchell is here to give us a preview of Black Swamp weather. Aisha?
Thanks, guys. The current conditions are in the high 60s with thunderstorms throughout the day. But we are approaching the last weekend in October, and if you have any major plans for this weekend, you might want to wait a couple days. I've got the details and more coming up on your Black Swamp weather forecast.
Coming up next on BG24 News.
The Department of Theater and Film will be hosting their fall performance. Find out how you can get tickets.
Lance Armstrong is losing a lot more than his 7 Tour de France titles. We'll tell you what.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 Sports. We'll be right back. Tonight, Bowling Green residents and business owners will be glad to hear that the North Main Street Road construction is almost over. The Ohio Department of Transportation has confirmed that the construction on North Main will be complete in about 2 weeks. The mild weather last winter and the dry summer have allowed for the road work to be completed ahead of schedule. ODOT had originally estimated that the road would be completed in the summer of 2013.
Funeral arrangements have been made for BGSU student Roderick Bartlett. Bartlett was found in his room in Falcon Heights last week. Viewing hours will be from 3 p.m. until 9 p.m. today at the Swanson Funeral Home in Detroit, Michigan. The funeral will be held tomorrow at noon at the Greater St. Paul Church in Detroit. Bartlett's cause of death is still unknown.
Bowling Green State University faculty and staff members are targets of racist remarks. BG24's Tyler Savino joins us live in the studio with details. Tyler?
Thanks, Dominique. Last Sunday, men's basketball coach Louis Orr came home to find his driveway vandalized. A group of vandals spray-painted the words "White Power" and a swastika on the coach's driveway. Less than 48 hours later, a BGSU student found a watermelon smashed on his car and a note full of racial slurs. I went out to the Bowen Thompson Student Union to get campus reactions. BGSU's student body is famous for many things, and one of those things is being heard.
Is this the kind of point you want to make? I mean, especially if you're going to be representing people as a whole. You don't want to be putting out a message that says we're hateful and we're racist.
I've grown up around predominantly white children all my life, and most of my friends are white, so I've never really been exposed to racism until I came to college, and it's really offensive.
We're all people, no matter what you do or what you look like. Our genetic code is nearly the same, to the point where, honestly, we're related through some complicated genetic match, which brings us together, yet we should be walking here together as people together. We're in a country that is based on diversity, different races, different religions. This is what our country was for, to come together and be different, to be who we want to be, not to be put down for what color we are, what race, what ethnicity, where we're from.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for this. People have lost their lives for people of all races and creeds to come together, and for this to happen in 2012 is a bit sad.
It makes the most sense to just not do that.
The police department is writing the incident off as an act of vandalism, as no threats were made to the coach himself. A reward is being offered, however, for any pertinent information regarding the case. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Tyler Savino.
Wood County residents are reporting lots of burglaries in the area. The Wood County Sheriff's Office has released a statement saying that many residents have reported incidents of theft, breaking and entering, and burglaries within the last week. Thieves took a boat motor, DVD players, and cash from area residents. Sources say that these reports are not related. If you have any information on these incidents or would like to report a crime, please contact the Wood County Sheriff's Office at 419-354-9089.
Bowling Green icon and legend Eva Marie Saint made an appearance on campus for the dedication of her theater in the Wolf Performing Arts Center. We go now to reporter Lucas Stahl for more.
Here's a statue of Eva Marie Saint as Martha Kent in the 2006 blockbuster Superman Returns. It sits in the office of Charles Coletta, popular culture professor and friend of Saint.
I think she's very inspiring to Bowling Green students. She came here to become a teacher, and she took a drama class, and the teacher encouraged her, and she talked about how that changed her entire life.
I'm here in the Wolf Center, now housing the newly rededicated Eva Marie Saint Theater. Eva herself showed up for the dedication just this last weekend. The Performing Arts Center was thrilled to welcome her, and director Jonathan Chambers is very excited to put on the first show since the rededication.
And the idea that we have this space available to us where we can practice the art of acting and the allied arts of design and directing. I think it's a wonderful tribute to her.
It was great. All the cast from the Seagull that was available got to meet her for a little personal session in here, and you know, we really didn't even need to ask questions. She just sort of started everything. She was very engaging, very personable.
The legacy of Eva Marie Saint not only lives in her motion picture roles, but also right here at Bowling Green State University as actors and actresses continue to perform in this dedicated and special place. BG24 News, Lucas Stahl.
Apple held a press conference in New York City earlier today. Hear what new products they launched.
And Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 sports. Stay with us.
Live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp weather.
Good evening, everyone. I am Aisha Mitchell, and welcome to your Black Swamp weather forecast. The current conditions are in the high 60s, but it feels like we're in the low 60s outside. Thunderstorms throughout the day, and along with those thunderstorms, there were gusting winds heading southwest. For tonight, the temperatures dropped to the high 50s, still thunderstorms throughout the night. The wind settled down a little bit, headed southwest, and sunset at 6:41. And for tomorrow, the temperatures increase to the high 70s with lots of sunshine. So it's pretty warm weather for it to be the end of October. Sunrise at 7:57 and moderate winds heading south. And for tomorrow night, the temperatures will drop to the mid-50s, clear skies throughout the night. Low winds heading south and high humidity. And as we look at our precipitation maps, you can see the areas that are shaded in green are areas that are experiencing some rainfall in areas mostly throughout northern Ohio, such as Bowling Green, Lima, and Findlay right here. Also in areas such as Cleveland and Youngstown, and some parts on the east side of Indiana. And as we look at our current temperatures, the areas that are in green, which is mostly throughout northern Ohio, are areas that are experiencing temperatures in the high 60s and low 70s. And the areas in southern Ohio are areas that are experiencing more temperatures in the mid to high 60s and 70s. And finally, our 5-day forecast. Temperatures increase for the next 2 days to the high 70s for Wednesday and Thursday, but we will drop down to the 50s and 40s as we head into the weekend with rainfall and sunshine on Sunday. So if you're partaking in any last-minute fall activities for the last week in October, you might want to bundle up a little bit.
Uh-oh, we know what that means. A very, very snowy winter. Thank you, Aisha. The iPhone 5, it was the iPhone 5 last month, and now it's the iPad mini. Apple unveiled its latest product earlier today. The smaller version of the popular iPad comes with a display that is almost 2 inches smaller than the regular iPad. Apple also released a new line of iMacs and MacBook Pros.
Lance Armstrong has no place in cycling. That's what the International Cycling Union said yesterday. The UCI has officially banned cyclist Lance Armstrong from the sport. The lifetime ban comes after a string of doping allegations. Armstrong has been stripped of 7 Tour de France titles. The tour sponsors, along with his other sponsors, are asking Armstrong to pay back his prize money. Lance Armstrong has also stepped down from his popular cancer research charity, Livestrong. So we wanted to know what BGSU students thought of Armstrong's punishment.
Actually doping during the time he got the titles, I don't know that he should be stripped of it for that. If he was, unless the doping helped him win the titles, I still don't know that he should be punished in that particular way.
he cheated, so I think he got what he deserved. He didn't deserve to win the titles because he had an unfair competitive advantage for taking steroids.
I mean, it's good what he did through like his cancer research, like how he had it and everything, and I feel like what he did for the community was good. I don't feel like this should affect that at all because it's coming out from like it's coming from his heart, not like what he did racing and everything. But I don't think that should affect it. But I do agree with how they stripped him. But I think that he should still be a role model and for cancer and everything, just because how he overcame it and how he still got on a bike and did what he did. Even though he did kind of have an advantage, I still feel like he did good for the.
And unfortunately tonight, we have learned that 4 people are dead after a shooting in Wisconsin. Radcliffe Houghton opened fire at Azana Salon and Spa in Milwaukee last Sunday, killing his wife and 3 women. Houghton also injured 4 other women during his attack. Sources speculate that Radcliffe and his wife were estranged. Houghton's wife filed for a restraining order just 12 days before the attack. Radcliffe was believed to be at large for about 6 hours. He was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside the spa.
And now Kelly Hart joins us with a first look at BG24 Sports. Kelly?
Thanks, Madeline. The Falcon football team continues on a 4-game win streak. Also, find out which team got a W against arch rival Toledo. That and more coming up next on BG24 Sports.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Kelly Hart. The Falcon football team traveled to Massachusetts this past weekend to face UMass. The game was played at Gillette Stadium, home of the New England Patriots. BG dominated, shutting out the Minutemen 24-0. DJ Lynch led the defense with a career high of 10 tackles. Quarterback Matt Schultz spoke about the team's continued success this season.
We obviously have to start the run game, and that was our goal for the game, and we didn't get that going until the second half. But I mean, obviously they had a great game plan against us, and they showed some different looks they didn't during the week, what we prepared for. So, games like that, you just got to keep fighting, and obviously it opened up for us in the third quarter. And we started playing fast, and obviously they got a little tired. So our strength coach did a good job with us, and we're always so conditioned each week, and we've played well in the second half out every game.
The Falcons improved to a 5-3 record and will host Eastern Michigan this Saturday. The BGSU ice hockey team picked up their first win of the regular season over the weekend. It came on the road against Colgate. The Falcons took down the Raiders 3-1. Dejan Mingo, Cam Watala, and Bobby Shea scored for the Falcons. BG is back on the ice this Friday and Saturday when it hosts Ohio State. Over to volleyball, the Falcons went head-to-head with MAC rival Toledo. Last Saturday, BG came out on top, defeating the Rockets 3-1. Paige Penrod led the team with 17 kills. The Falcons improved to a 14-8 record overall and traveled to Kent State and Ohio University this weekend. That's all for BG24 Sports. I'm Kelly Hart. We'll be right back.
Electronic company LG had some elevator riders hanging on for dear life. As you can see here, LG replaced the floor tiles in an elevator with their brand new IPS monitors. The switch was to show potential customers how lifelike their new monitors are. The monitors are supposed to give the user a feeling of true-to-life colors.
Wow, I would be so scared. And Aisha Mitchell joins us for our last look at the Black Swamp weather forecast. Aisha?
Thanks, Dominique. Temperatures rise to the mid to high 70s for Wednesday and Thursday, but they drop down to the 50s and 40s for the rest of the weekend, along with some rain showers. So if you plan on partaking in any last-minute fall activities, you might want to carry a rain jacket or rain boots, as Dominique would say.
Well, I wonder what everybody would be wearing for Halloween with this crazy weather.
I know.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be chilly, you're just going to have to find a costume that bundles you up and keeps you covered, I guess.
Yeah. And for Madeline Feigning, Aisha Mitchell, Kelly Hart, and I'm Dominique Hicks. Be sure to join us tomorrow for BG24 Sports at 5:30. And check out our website at bg24news.org. Have a great night, everyone.